What we're going over right now is what we're going to be doing in the lot patrol and stationary positions. This applies to everyone that works here in the security department. That includes 14-year-old and up. Just because you're 18 years old or over does not mean you will never pull a shift in lot patrol or a stationary position. This is a position that everyone needs to do. So what you're going to need for this position is going to be a 16-channel radio, a safety vest if you're going to be in the parking lots, and an IBR tracker, which is this thing that I currently have on my hip. This right here. Okay. The locations for the lot patrol is the Legend parking lot and the Raven parking lot. Stationary positions include, but are not limited to in special circumstances, the Splash and Safari main gate, which is right outside First Aid, and Mayflower Gate, which is right across from the Mayflower, hence the name Mayflower Gate. In lot patrol, you'll need to make sure that you're on the proper channel for patrolling the parking lots. That channel will be 2.2 security, which is what most of the radios are set to. The IBR trackers for when you're patrolling the parking lot, so you can hit the guard trackers to prove that you are going around the lots. Upper management will pull these from time to time to make sure you are doing your job correctly. A safety vest is required in the parking lots after a mid-season change last year to increase security of our team members and to increase our visibility in the parking lots to create a bigger deterrence for suspicious activity. So you may be asking, what do we do in lot patrol? What we do in lot patrol is looking for suspicious activity, unlocked vehicles, and cars that are blocked in. For example, a triple park. In those situations, I'm going to tell you what we need to do. Suspicious activity. If you are under the age of 18, you are not allowed to address any suspicious activity by yourself. You will need to contact dispatch so dispatch can send an 18-year-old plus to your location or a member of management. More times than not, your supervisor on duty will come over and help you with the situation. Suspicious activity can include any of the following, but are not limited to: people looking in car windows, people jimmying door handles, people meandering around the parking lot looking around. If you see anything that you think is out of the ordinary, it's better to report it than to blow it off. When we talk about unlocked vehicles, it's not your job to go and check every door for an unlocked vehicle in the parking lot. What we're referring to is possible trunks that have been left open and doors that could have been left open. Sometimes when guests come to the park, they get very excited and they forget the basic things like shutting their door and shutting their trunk. By us locking their door and shutting the door, we are preventing a bigger issue that could occur at the end of the day, which could ruin their whole experience here at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. In those situations, we'll have a form for you to fill out. It looks like a mini ticket, and it'll come in a triplicate. You know what? I'll go and grab one right now. This is an example of the thing we will put on their windows or doors if we do find something out of the ordinary. We will check the necessary box. For example, the categories on here include vehicle door open or not latched, vehicle trunk open or not latched, vehicle headlights left on, engine left on. And then there's a line below it: for your benefit, the following action was taken. And you'll write secured door, shut trunk, example, and so forth. And then we will fill out all this information at the bottom. We will not skip this because this is necessary when guests ask us what happened to their car. We need to have a paper trail of accountability. So you'll put the date, the time, the location, the vehicle make and model, which would be like a Ford Fusion, license plate number, in what state. Make sure you get the state part. That is important when it comes to license plate numbers. And you will fill out the issued by, which will be your name, first and last, and your unit number. So if I was filling this out, it would be Cameron Edwards, Unit 205. If you see buses or trailers trying to enter the Raven lot, please stop them and inform them that they are only allowed to park in the Legend parking lot. Due to the size of the Raven parking lot, it is not allowed for buses and trailers to be parked in that area. If you happen to see a wreck, you need to report that to dispatch immediately so we can get proper units out there. If you can inform us of all the information that you can accurately provide us, we can send the proper personnel. For example, if there's an injury, we will need to send EMTs to your location. If there's a fire, we'll need to know that so we can call the fire department and have a response unit on the way. Mostly just inform dispatch with all the possible information you can give. But don't sugarcoat it. Don't give us extra fluffy language. Just give us the basics because we're going to need this channel to send out the proper units to help these guests. While you're waiting for backup to assist in the situation, please make sure everyone else is at a safe distance from the wreck or they are not blocking driveways. This is important for guest safety as we do not want anybody to get hit as a result of another accident. Stationary positions are an important part of the lot patrol / stationary position units. Safari and Mayflower gates, you have to do the following. You are making sure that people have on proper attire to re-enter the dry park. As most of you know, you must have a shirt, shoes, shorts in order to enter the dry park. You cannot enter the dry park under any circumstance if you do not have one of those 3 items on. We're not going to boss people to tell them to put on some clothes. We're going to ask them politely. Once we ask them 2 times and they do not comply, this is when we'll contact a member of management, and a member of management will go and address the situation. Never leave your post under any circumstance. Leaving your post puts us in a very vulnerable position and puts us in a position that we don't want to be in. At stationary positions, you will often be asked general questions that sometimes you will not know the answer to. Never tell a guest, I don't know. You have your radio down to dispatch, and they will have an answer for you very shortly. So make sure that we answer all questions by guest. Severe weather. During severe weather, you will remain at your post until we reach a lightning level 4. What that means is, if lightning is within 5 miles of the park, we will move you to an interior area for your safety and to help with patrols in other areas, such as gift shops, restaurants, and etc. This is for guest safety and protecting the assets of the park, and most importantly, your safety as well. Leaving for the day. Return any items that you've checked out to the dispatch area. That would include your vest, your IBR tracker, and your radio. If your position has a water jug, which is all stationary positions, you are required to bring that water jug back to first aid so we can fill it up for the next day. We will need to put the bag check tables behind admissions, which your SOD will show you the first couple of times so you know where to put it. If you are at Thanksgiving Gate, which is also known as Mayflower Gate, be advised that upper management will be coming to lock that gate as we close the Splash and Safari Park. That will be the first gate we lock as we close the park. Safari Gate cannot leave its position until they hear over the radio that Splash and Safari has been cleared. Once it has been cleared, you can move on to your next position or head out for the day. Never leave without asking your SOD before permission. All positions will be subject to an audit that will be kept confidential. What an audit is making sure that you're performing your duties to the fullest. Supervisors and assistant managers will be auditing you periodically throughout the year to make sure that we are keeping up to the Holiday World standard. That is the lot patrol and stationary position sheet. Thank you, and let's continue on with training.